Okay. Well, it's still saying that that doesn't see me.
Right, now I just put the microphone on. And then if you hit F2...
But I'm on your channel and I'm not seeing me. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but because it's on F1. If you hit F2, it would go to the camera.
Okay. So nobody could see me or hear me the whole
No, they can.
Hi.
Be right back, everybody.
So, as I was talking to myself before, I was saying that Bruce is dealing with our youngest who is sick, and that is why we are 11 minutes late, and he is trying to get him in bed, and I am by myself. If you follow us on social media, you would have seen that today is going to be a British-themed show. So I am dressed in my queen robe. I do have my crown, but my head is too big, and my head is too slippery, my hair, so it just keeps sliding. Bruce has also got his king robe. That's part of our English thing. We went to the store hoping to find more British UK decorations and costumes, but they had nothing. I guess because Halloween is over and everybody bought all the stuff that's on clearance. So this is what you guys get. Hopefully Bruce will be joining us soon. In the meantime, I'll tell you guys all about the beers that we have tonight. So we went to our local beer distributor, that's the word I'm looking for, and amazingly they have all these cool sections sectioned off, and they have by country of origin where the beers are from, and they have like a whole English section. We got our idea from one of our YouTube followers. Shecky is from England, and he always suggests beers that we should try. One of the beers he did suggest is Boddington. I was able to find that, so we got that. He does suggest a lot also Strongbow, but I don't know if that's actually from England. I did find it, and I got it because I figured we'll try it. He's always talking about it, but it says it's made in New York, so that's one of our beers. There's one beer we got. It's called London Pride. Also said it's made in London, obviously. We have another one called Harvest, which is a product of the United Kingdom. I don't really know. I don't know if this is actually beer. Well, I guess it is. 11.5% alcohol. That's crazy. You guys in England like to drink. We have another beer here called Mackeson. Mackeson? Which was in the British section, but it says it's made in Florida, so maybe I'm wrong. It says it was established in the UK, but they made it in Florida. And then our last beer option is Sam Smith, which I've actually heard of before. Samuel Smith. Pure brewed organic lager beer. Also an independent UK brewery. Dave, what you have signed on to is me by myself because Jack is sick and Bruce is trying to get him to lay down. I am dressed as your queen because we are doing a British themed beer night, so I dressed like the queen. Thank you, Josh. I am the queen of England and this house. I did have a crown, but it's not staying on my head. Between my hair and the size of it, it's not working. I'm waiting for Bruce, though. Oh, that helps, baby. Thank you. Bruce is back.
I'm back, people.
He's got to put on his king robe. Burger King. Nice. Ah, Dave, you're always so dirty.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. You guys ready for some comics and beer?
We're a little behind. We're a little off of our game tonight. It is now 10:15. We started 11 minutes late.
Well,
And we're probably gonna have Bruce running out
we're a week
throughout the stream.
out of practice. We got a sick son. Seems like he's been sick forever. Alright. What have we got online so far?
Josh and Dave are the only people commenting so far.
That's alright.
Please. And Josh said that I look like the Queen of England.
Perfect.
Dave was being Dave.
Dave was being Dave. That sounds like good. So, you've told them the theme of the night?
I did. I introduced them to all of our beers.
Alright.
I told them that I was the queen, you were the king. Very handsome king, indeed, yes.
Like, cockeyed crowd. Alright. So we have been gone for 2 weeks. We apologize about that. But I also don't apologize about that because I had an amazing weekend last weekend. I was away in California for BlizzCon. If you don't know what BlizzCon is, do a little Google. Find out for yourself. You might want to go next year because it was amazing. I went with Dave, who is in the chat right now. What's up, Dave? And it was a balling good time. I had a great 2 days, 3 days in California, technically, I guess you could say. And now we're back. And we are here to talk. We got a lot of comic book news. We got a lot, well, mainly movies, TV, 2 items in the comic book column, and we got some English beer to drink.
I know. I want to try Boddington's first, but at the same time I want to save it for Shecky in case he comes on later.
Yeah. Shaggy usually doesn't come on till
like the end, like 11.
midnight.
Yeah. It's like...
Or, yeah, 11:30. So we'll save that till the end. I think we should start with the cider, I think. Because I think we do the cider and then the stout.
Get them out of the way.
Get them out of the way.
I like that. 2 things I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like. But I did have a large English selection of beers. A lot of beers from England. But I read this one, and I was just explaining to our YouTube fans that I don't know if this is beer, and it's 11.5%.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that third.
So...
What's up, Josh? How you doing, my man? There were protests, but they were lame protests. They were before opening ceremonies, and Dave and I got there an hour before opening ceremonies, but they must have happened like super early in the morning because we didn't see them. Yeah, the show was absolutely amazing. I was telling Dave that we need to bring our significant others, me, Stephanie, him, my sister, Tarsha, and even though they don't really play those games, but it was such an incredible time. You don't really need to be into the games to have a good time. It's like Comic-Con. You don't really need to be in the know to enjoy the scene and the people. And
yeah, I feel like most people who go see Comic-Con don't read comics or know anything about comics. They're there for the outfits and the fun.
Yeah, there's usually a really good time there.
Josh wants to go. You and Heather can come.
Yeah.
Me and Heather and Tarsha will hang out.
No, you guys will hang out with us. I swear to God, it was a great time. You guys don't think you'll be into watching people play professional video games until you watch it and you're like, wow, that was really cool. All right, so the first beer up was Strongbow. This is
recommended from Shecky.
From Shecky.
And I was telling them that Shecky kept recommending it, but I don't know that it's an English or a British or a UK beer because it says it was made in White Plains, New York.
Yeah, but I bet you they could have...
But all the other ones said somewhere on there, like, that they were originally from the UK, but brewed here. Oh, it does say here, yes. Produced in the United Kingdom. Okay.
All
so,
right.
there it is. There it is. Good job, Shecky.
Shaggy, this whole night's for you, my man. You were on our first night. You've stopped by every night, so this one's for you, my man. Josh, Dave, what are you guys drinking? You got to be drinking something to be watching comics and beers.
It's the rule.
It's not bad.
It tastes like apple juice.
Yeah.
It tastes like apple juice with bubbles.
Yeah.
When you get your kids like that sparkling cider for, well, you probably have never done that yet because Jack's so small. But my kids, when it's New Year's Eve and they want to like toast at midnight and we get like those little sparkling cider bottles, that's exactly what this tastes like.
Yeah. I've had that before. I forgot where I was, but I've had it, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what it tastes like. But not bad.
Yeah.
David's drinking tequila.
Nice.
We already know what tequila that is.
Yes, we do.
What is Elysian? Oh, didn't we have that? That's like with the owl on it, that beer?
Maybe.
Am I right, Josh? That Elysian beer has an owl on it? I think we had that on one of our days. Let's see. What is that?
That's terrible.
Go to images. Yes.
All right.
We did. We definitely tried that.
Yes.
Maybe not all of them have an owl on it, but the one that we had, which was like their full beer, had an owl on it. Space Dust.
Oh, it must be the version of it. Seattle Space Dust. Very nice. All right. So, should we jump into some news?
Do some news.
Let's do some news.
They're sick of hearing my voice.
We'll do some news, and then we read 2 comics before we jumped on. We were supposed to read them before, but of course we didn't.
Did you finish that one?
I got most of the way through it. We'll do those, and then we can talk about the last couple episodes of Watchmen, and yeah, we'll wrap it up with some questions. If more people will sign on and you guys got questions, we'll...
Or maybe Dave has some questions.
Dave always has questions. All right, so if you guys have been following the movie news at all, you know that the next Batman movie is going to be directed by Matt Reeves, and there's been a couple castings so far. There's been Robert Pattinson as Batman. There has been Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, and I believe there was one other casting that's not coming to the top of my head because I can't retain that much information. But there's been a couple more reports.
And if you've been watching our live streams, you know, because we've talked about it every live stream so far.
Yes. So there is one confirmed casting, and that is... Switch over. Yes. Jeffrey Wright is going to be playing Commissioner Gordon, which I think is a very interesting casting choice for Commissioner Gordon. He's a pretty well-known actor. He's been in a bunch of movies. I should probably Google it, because if I just scroll down, I will say. Of course it doesn't. But if you know and you recognize his face, I'm not going to go too much. Paul Dano is as the Riddler, which we talked about last time. Yeah, I think that's a great Commissioner Gordon choice. What do you think?
I'm indifferent. Commissioner Gordon is not someone that I really care about.
Yeah?
I mean...
He's a huge character in the Batman universe, huh?
I guess. But even in the other Batman movies, he just was like, meh, he's there. He's like... I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Either way.
Doesn't matter to
I'm not happy or sad or anything. I'm indifferent.
This is the one confirmed
Josh said he's from Westworld.
Westworld, yes. I remember him from Westworld. But that's the one confirmed casting so far, but there are 2 other rumors, which is the fun stuff, the rumors. Right, so
we don't want the facts.
Andy Serkis is in talks to play Alfred, which I think is very interesting. If you guys know who Andy Serkis is, he played what's that character in The Hobbit? The little Schmeagol? Mm-hmm. Is that his name? Gollum. He played Gollum. He does a ton of CGI work. He does for CGI characters. I think he was the ape in Planet of the Apes. He does just a bunch of CGI work. But he's done some...
This will be the first movie where you see his face.
I think he's done a Marvel movie before. He's done some other stuff. But he's just a great actor in general, and I think he'd be an amazing Alfred. What do you think?
Again, indifferent.
What do you guys think?
Unless they make a movie... I've never seen a Batman movie where Alfred has, like, a cool part. Like, he's always in there, but, like, I know from even just clips of comics that I've seen where Alfred is, like, pretty badass. Mm-hmm. So if they made a Batman movie where Alfred was actually badass and had a bigger role and, like, kicked some butt, then I'd be more excited to hear about. Same with Commissioner Gordon. That's why I'm like, who cares? Because what is this Commissioner Gordon out there, like, beating people up and he's gonna, like, fight next to Batman? They're, like, guns blazing into a battle. No, he's gonna be like, flick the Batman switch. Like, who cares?
I mean, he's a lot cooler. He is a lot cooler in the comic book, but I thought that was pretty cool. And this one, I think she'll respond to this one, but we'll see. The last one is Colin Farrell in talks to play the Penguin.
That's fucking weird.
Fucking weird. Did you warn everyone this might be foul language?
There's foul language, Dave and Josh.
Well, the people who are going to be watching on the replay.
Foul language and beers.
As you can see, we are drinking beers, so...
You're not drinking anything.
I am too.
Drink faster.
this is an adult show. This is at a time where hopefully your kids are in bed and you're up to enjoy the show with us. So please have a beverage if you are 21 or older, or if you live in the United Kingdom, like our boy Shecky, 18 or older. And yes, if a certain topic comes up and really gets us going or heated, there most likely will be some foul language. So,
and Josh, I agree with you. That is weird that Colin Farrell, like I said, fucking weird that Colin Farrell's even in talks for the Penguin, which makes me think Colin Farrell's career's just been like.
No,
and like,
I think he's an
that's what he would
choice.
be.
I think
the Penguin is not an attractive role. He's not a funny role. He's got no redeeming qualities. That's like Danny DeVito was made for that role. Like that is
Well, I think
someone of Danny DeVito's character could be the Penguin. Like
all right, well,
Colin Farrell.
I think if you look at Penguin like he is in the comic books, he's a very wealthy man who runs, a lot of the underbelly of Gotham through just being. He's not a terrible badass. But he knows the right people. He gets the right henchmen. He does the right things. He's a very smart criminal. Where a lot of these other criminals that Batman fights are not that smart. And I just think physically it's weird because he doesn't look like the Penguin. When they said Jonah Hill, I immediately thought, I'm like,
he's penguin shaped.
He's penguin shaped. Let him get fat again. Excuse me.
I think he's fat again.
Probably. He's perfect. Like that's a perfect casting. Josh Gad said he wanted to do it, and I think that's another perfect casting.
I think they're gonna write it differently if Colin Farrell's the Penguin. They're gonna try to make it like cool and sexy, and they're gonna
I think
they're gonna write it weird. It's gonna try to be like a weird mixture of the Penguin and Colin Farrell. And
with Robert Pattinson and some of the other casting, I think they're going to go for a darker, grittier version of Batman.
I feel very left out that my crown isn't staying on.
So, but we'll see. Like again, this is just it's a rumor. Who knows?
It's a dumb rumor.
It's a dumb rumor. All right. Some of this news will be kind of quick. The Ant-Man director is returning for the third film, which I think is pretty cool.
He directed the first two. Making a third one.
His name is Peyton Reed, and he's returning to direct the third film in the franchise, which is really cool. Which will be Paul Rudd and who is the lady?
I don't know.
Wasp. I always forget her name, but it'll be those characters. Rudd. But all you gotta remember is Paul Rudd.
Exactly.
So I thought that was pretty cool. Next up, we have the biggest news of the week is that Steffi and I, our favorite movie, our favorite Marvel movie, favorite superhero movie.
It's my favorite superhero movie. Not even close.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel has been confirmed with a release date of April 8th,
2022.
2022.
So far away.
So we got over two and a half. Well, actually, just about 2.5 years to wait.
Yes.
But
that's a long time, so they better do a good job.
But Jack will be much older at that point. He'll be able to actually go and enjoy the movie. He'll be hyped for that movie.
Oh my god, Nate will be a teenager by then. That's gonna be terrible.
Will he?
He'll be 13.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. He'll be 12 3/4.
But I was.
Oh, Jessica's on.
Hey, Jessica.
I just thought she'd say hi. Hi. If you're wondering why we're dressed this way, we're doing a British themed.
We are.
YouTube live stream with British beers, and I am the Queen. Bruce is the King, even though there's no current King of England. It's Bruce. Bruce is the current King of England. Surprise, guys.
So I thought this was really cool. Christopher Miller, the guy who directed the first movie, he tweeted it out on his Twitter account. So if you guys want to follow him and kind of keep up, I'm sure he'll drop little hints here and there throughout the production of the movie, which is pretty cool. And if they're doing another Into the Spider-Verse movie, there's going to be more spiders, right?
I don't know and more amazing soundtracks. How good was that soundtrack?
Oh, soundtrack was so good. So that was, it was on both Newsram and CBR.com. CBR.com also did an article of like who they think they should introduce. Venom, I 100% agree with that. I think Venom would be super cool to introduce in the next Spider-Verse.
Did they do Venom in any other movie except for the Tobey Maguire one?
And the Venom movie with Tom Hardy.
Well, I mean, like, in a Spider-Man movie where they brought him.
No.
Besides I didn't see the Venom with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, neither did I. Didn't see a need for it. They're saying just like the black suits, which is fine. We always got Spider-Man Noir, Spider Carnage. Never heard of that character before. Looks like he's from
Black suits.
Yeah, it's like he wore a black suit when after Venom. He got Venom off him. He just wanted to be dark. But I have no idea who Spider Carnage is. I didn't want to read the article. It didn't seem all that interesting. And the last character was...
he just wants to tell you guys about it. He's like, that's not that interesting. Only you guys have to suffer through this.
and Doppelganger, which is Spider-Man with 8 arms. Or
an actual spider. He's a Spider-Man.
Basically a Spider-Man. But if you guys are really interested to see some really cool Spider-Man, there was an Into the Spider-Verse or Spider-Verse comic book that came out about 5 years ago that had so many crazy Spider-Man. It was incredibly awesome. It was so good. But that was like the biggest news of the week so far.
For me.
For both.
For me.
For you.
For me.
Why just for you?
Because I am the one that matters.
You are the one that matters. Continuing going through the movie news.
I don't hate this beer.
I could have one or two.
Yeah,
that's too
but I
sweet.
thought I would hate it.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be like one of those things when we drank with Josh and we kept having to get up and pour things out. Like I thought it was gonna be like that, and I was like, oh god. So Shecky, if you've rewatched this, if you're not on yet, good job. It's not terrible. Not terrible.
It's good.
And they have that other one. What's that other hard apple cider?
Well, there's tons of hard apple ciders.
But it's the most famous one. It's got the apple orchard on the box. It's like
Hard cider?
Cider. Yeah.
It's called hard cider.
No, it's not called hard cider. It's called something else.
know.
But anyway, I've had that. My point is, and it was terrible.
There's like all beers and everything. There's good ones and bad ones, my dear.
But that one's like the most famous one. I feel like Apple Orchard. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I'm just shouting out things. Apples. Granny Smith. Angry Orchard. There you go, Josh. Thank you. Angry Orchard. I knew it was something orchard. Angry Orchard. That's what I was looking for. It's terrible. But this is good. Strongbow, I would recommend if you like apple cider, hard apple cider. This is pretty good.
This would be a good morning drink. Like
Super Saiyan Rob. 1. Angry Orchard. Also, yes. Thank you.
Super Saiyan.
That's what I said.
You said Scion.
Scion. It's a Scion, like the car.
No, Super Saiyan. What's up, Super Saiyan? And this would be a good brunch drink. Instead of a mimosa,
Yes.
get this. I would rather drink this than a mimosa.
I would enjoy this at 10 o'clock in the morning. I will drink one tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning.
So, some scary news. So, if you guys don't know, Marvel is one of its next big movies. I think it goes Black Widow, and then this movie we'll have to talk about, The Eternals, where stars Angelina Jolie and Rob Stark from, that's not his name, but...
We only know him as Rob Stark. He will forever be Rob Stark.
There's a ton of other big name actors in it, but they actually had to start production for a day because a bomb was found on set, which is pretty freaking...
Like an actual bomb?
Yeah,
or like
a
pipe bomb?
homemade bomb.
A homemade bomb.
So someone was...
Someone calling a threat, or they're just like, what's that over there?
No, something someone found it, and they're like, what is that? And then they had to bring security over, and it was an actual bomb.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's crazy. Before we get into any more news,
Hi, Wuhong. Who's Wuhong?
Hey, what's up, Wuhong? How you doing, man?
Do you know him?
I do not.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, Super Saiyan's girlfriend. How you guys doing? Thanks for stopping by the channel for this live show. If you guys are new, we'll give you a quick rundown of what we do. This is Comics and Beers. We talk comics, our comic book news, meaning comic books, TV show news, movie news, comic book news, and we drink beers.
And we don't always dress like this. This is a special occasion. So we like to do themes every time that we drink our beers. We try to keep all of our beers in the same realm. So like the first couple times we did like fall themed beers, or we'll try to do all from one brewery. We did one show, we did all beers that were brewed only in New York, which is where we're from and where we are currently. So this live stream we're doing a UK-based beer/outfit. We are the king and queen of England, yes. And we are drinking like kings and queens.
So what is our next
I thought we said we were doing the stout next.
Yes.
We're getting it out of the way.
Which one is this? This one. Alright, this one is Macson?
Macasson.
Macasson?
Macasson.
So it's a milk stout. I'm not really into stouts. I'll be honest,
Me neither. But
but they're usually not
yeah, I was
terrible.
like, I'll give it a try. We only get the ones we think we're gonna like. How will we ever know? I didn't think I would like Strongbow.
That's true.
Pretty good.
And this is not like a craft beer either. Craft beers are usually where they get a little weird. Like that deep red one we had.
And you're
with
drinking
Josh.
it out of a Guinness glass, which I think is appropriate.
Well, it is. This is dark.
It's dark. Hopefully I can drink this, guys. I'm kind of a weenie.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
All right,
I feel like we should have, like, cleanse our palates. I feel like that apple beer is a really strong taste in my mouth still.
not bad. Chocolatey.
I was gonna say, I would say it's like chocolate or black licorice.
Yeah.
Either one, but not bad.
Yeah, very chocolatey.
Better than I thought it was gonna be. Apparently,
Chucky.
beers from from England, not New England,
Not-
England.
Not even New England. Josh, why didn't you tell us about these? You went to England. What the heck?
Oh my God, Super Saiyan,
Yeah, Super Saiyan.
Saiyan, yes, get your girlfriend to read Little Bird. That is what Bruce got me to read as my first comic book series,
Yes.
and I loved it. And I was just saying that I was going to reuse my robe because I want to make a Little Bird costume out of it and go to Comic-Con with my Little Bird costume. Although Little Bird's costume is pretty long. I feel like I got to add the feathers, but it's got the same, it does what I need.
It's not going to hold up. We'll do better. We'll do better.
It was a thought.
Yeah, Little Bird would be actually a great book to start with.
It's great. It's not like superhero-ish. So like, for me, that was a big deal to find something that wasn't like so saturated in superheroes. You see so many superhero movies. It was really well written. The art was good. It was like reading a novel in a short little story within comic books, and they're all out, so you can get all 5 or 6 issues now.
Super Saiyan. Ask her if she's in if she wants like a superhero recommendation or like indie comic recommendation, because we'll do a little more thinking, and before the end of the show, we'll give you some more
And
recommendations.
Deceased. Read Deceased.
Deceased, but that's superheroes.
That is superheroes, but that's my 2 recommendations out of the indie and superhero worlds. And yes, Josh, I'm going to also be a dead wolf. Comic-Con's 2 days, right?
No, it's one. Well, it's 4 days.
Yeah, so I can do 2 different days. One day I'll be like the wolf and I'll have like all like blood all over and wear my blood costume like I just killed a wolf.
Strong.
Yes.
Some more news. So, if you guys don't know, we don't always talk about just comic book news. We kind of just spread our wings and we bring in anything that's kind of nerd related, kind of fantastical related. And so, yeah. Fantastic Beasts. Obviously that's a series, or not series. Was going to be a multi-movie franchise. Franchise, that's the word I was trying to think of. And I guess I didn't know this. I thought it was only going to be 3 movies, but they had locked in for 5.
If Johnny Depp is in it, then he plays 5 movies. That's in everything that he does. 5 Pirates of the Caribbean, 5 of everything.
So I guess the second movie didn't do as well as the first, even though I thought the second movie was
so much better.
So much better than the
movie,
first one. The first one was okay, but the second one was so good. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I have read those books 4 times all the way through, so I love those books. J.K. Rowling, you can have my money. I don't have.
Here's all of it.
There's not much of it, but you can have all that I have if you gave me more Harry Potter.
So Vuhong asked if you've read Once in Future. Once in Future.
Once in Future? Yes.
Once in Future. Sorry.
By Kieran Gillian. Yes. That's a great book. I do not think it's amazing. I think Little Bird is an amazing book. But Once in Future is a great book. I absolutely agree with you on that. Kieran Gillian. Sorry.
He'll get there.
He's a good writer. Oh man. You know when you want to think of something and you see the picture
Every
of it,
time
but you
we're on this channel.
can't think of it. There's a couple other books that I know he's written that are indie that are supposed to be super popular. I see them in trade. I need to pick them up. But Kieran Gillian he's great. So, Once in Future, that's another good recommendation.
What is that about?
That's the one about the grandson finds out his grandmother is a monster hunter.
I feel like you told me about that.
Yeah, it feels at times that it's moving too fast when it doesn't need to.
All right.
Otherwise, it's a grandson finding out the woman who raised him because his parents died earlier, I think. So the grandmother raised him. He had no idea that his grandma was a monster hunter, and then she's like a badass, like making him do things, holding a gun to his head and making him drive. And she's like, "Grandma, you don't have to do that.
I'll just drive." And she's like, "I like to do this." Also, if you don't feel like I want to finish this, can I just dump that up here?
I guess you could just dump that in there. Or you can do this.
You can drink all of that?
Sure, it's not bad.
It's not that it's that bad. I can see where my night is heading with all these really strong beers, and I want to be able to function in the morning.
All right, last movie news is that loading. So there's a lot of Marvel TV shows that are coming out on Disney Plus, which if you're not excited about that, I don't know what rock you're living under. But so there's going to be a Loki TV show, and that is going to tie directly into the next Doctor Strange movie, which is supposed to come out not this year but next year, so 2021. And it's going to deal with the multiverse, which is super cool. And I think...
Wait, Doctor Strange is a movie and Loki's a show. Is that what you said?
Right, Doctor Strange with...
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, yeah. So, and Loki's going to be a show, so I think Loki's probably going to set up what's...
Didn't Loki die? Doesn't Loki always die?
He does always die. He's magic, so he probably faked it somehow.
He's like, just kidding. Oh my god! Already, guys.
Already.
It's only 10:40. Well, we're late today, so.
Yes, Wuhong, I agree. I think it is a funny comic, and I really really enjoy it. I just I have to give my 2 thoughts on my channel and
2 cents.
My 2 cents, and I think it could be better if it just slowed down a little, give it a little more time.
Has the whole series ran already?
No, so it was only supposed to be a 6 or 7 issue run, maybe only 5. But after the success of the first one, and Kieran Gillian said that he had more in the tank, that they made it an ongoing. So it's just gonna go until it stops. Which is cool because it is a really good book, and hopefully, if maybe he thought he had to rush because it was.
Yeah, maybe slowing it down.
And then in the future, after he'll slow it down. So that's cool. This I thought was pretty interesting. Read the title.
Female-fronted Zorro show in development for NBC.
Now, I don't have a lot of high hopes for any show that lands on NBC. I used to love NBC when I was younger because I was younger. It did produce one of my favorite TV shows of all time. You ever watch Chuck?
No. Chuck
was this awesome TV show on NBC. It starred, I can't think of his name. A great actor, Zachary Levi? Totally, no, it's the wrong person. Doesn't matter. It's a kid who works at basically a Best Buy in the Geek Squad, and he gets this information downloaded into his brain accidentally. That's the only sci-fi weirdness of the show. The rest of it is that he has the ability to access this information every once in a while when he gets under extreme stress, and of course that helps him solve things and do things. And of course these a CIA agent and an FBI agent get put to help him, and one guy's all gruff and tough and hates him, but then becomes best friends with him, and then the other one's a hot girl. Oh my god, she's bored, I guess. This is a terrible show.
I'm just teasing you, baby. I'm just teasing you. You're giving a lot of small details that I'm not following. I'm like, wait, what?
But it's a great show. Check it out. Well, it's on the Hulu or the Netflix.
The Netflix.
But, why not have a female-fronted Zorro show? I don't see any issue with it. It might be cool.
Yeah.
Could be terrible.
The drawing looks cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, NBC put out 30 Rock. That's a great show.
They do good comedies, but look at any of the superhero stuff they do, and it's all garbage.
I didn't know they ever did superhero stuff.
Yeah. Heroes.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, the first season was so-so, and then it was so bad. This was kind of like a random thing. I saved it because Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn, and she's done a bunch of other movies. She's a great actress, and she and Christina Hudson. Do you know who Christina Hudson is?
No. Probably if I saw a picture. Maybe.
Maybe. But they are starting a program to help female screenwriters, which I thought was cool. And maybe that will, help produce... Yeah, I have no idea who this person is. Nope.
No, I don't either.
I guess she's some writer. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I always find it cool when actors like Margot Robbie get big and they come back
people.
and they help people.
I want a different beer.
All right. Pick the next one, babe. I'll continue talking about
Alright,
news.
you keep talking. I'm gonna decide what we're gonna have. I kind of want to do the 11% one first. And
Sure,
kinda
that's
get
the white one.
I know, but I'm just reading what the alcohol content is in the other ones.
Oh, this was actually another cool bit of news, which I thought was interesting.
4.7.
Did you guys watch
Sorry.
Wow. Did you guys watch The Punisher on Netflix? If you did, you know that Ben Barnes played Jigsaw, and he's actually in talks for playing another role within the Marvel Universe, which I think is really cool, because I think he's actually a really good actor. And
Kind of looks like Jon Snow. That's what I thought that was at first.
he has a little bit longer face than... what's his face? What's his name? What's his real name?
Jon Snow's real name?
Yeah.
Kit
Harington, yeah. But he was really good as Jigsaw. I didn't love the way they wrote the character itself, but as the acting scenes, he did great. I think so. I'd be interested to see him pick up another role. And there's other actors who have been multiple people within one universe. So.
And Super Saiyan asked if you've read Marvel Zombies Resurrection. I have not. I know that everyone always says that they like it better. Someone who's come on our live stream is like, read that, it's better. But Ciso's so good, how could it be better?
Yes, the thing, I've read one Marvel Zombie series. I don't know which one it was. It's one from probably 10 years ago. The zombies still could think. And so, they would talk to each other, and they were, literally cannibalize planets, and then they would fly through space, and then cannibalize another planet. And they ate the whole entire universe, and there was nothing left, so they started eating each other.
That's weird.
And it was just dumb.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is dumb. Deceased, there was a lot more to it. Super Saiyan, I haven't read that, so maybe it's the same kind of thing. But you should give Deceased a chance.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Alright guys, well, Bruce Talks. This is the next one I'm going to try. It's J.W. Lee's Harvest, which... It says it's 11.5% alcohol content, and it seems like a little bit of a smaller bottle than the other ones, even though it says it's the same amount, same size bottle, but...
That's how much that one was?
I guess. I don't know. I can't have been, because I paid $22 for everything, so...
So the next bit of
maybe.
the next bit of news will shock Stephanie when I read this. Pennyworth, the TV show, has been renewed for a second season.
Oh my god, it was so bad!
We watched one episode and barely made it through the one episode. If anyone would have came out and said, hey, do you want to do something else other than watch this terrible TV show, we would have jumped at the chance. It was really
It was
bad.
so bad. Bruce fell asleep on top of me, drooling on my head.
It was
difficult to watch. They made the accents so thick and so dumb and
And they renewed it for a full 10 episodes, which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So yeah, that was interesting.
And thank you, Vuheng. We're happy to be a couple doing this together as well.
Yes. What we were still drinking and hanging out on Friday night.
We were doing this on Friday. Now we're just taping each other doing this.
Yes.
This is what we do on Fridays anyway.
I don't know if that's interesting. Sometimes when I make my list of topics to talk about, I'm just at work and it's super busy, and I'm just
really strong.
throwing things in the my Google Doc. Oh, this one was actually really interesting. So I don't understand. I probably should
That's what it looks like.
Done a little more research on this before I'm going to talk about it, but there is a new HBO service that's going to come out that's called HBO Max. I don't have the details about that. That's what Google's for. Go out and Google
I
it.
feel like HBO Max is already a thing, no?
No, there's HBO Now and there's HBO Go. HBO Max is going to be a new service because, they need to continue.
Coming 2020. What you want to watch?
Yeah. So it's going to be, I'm sure, HBO level content, which is always great. I love...
Well, it says it's HBO and Warner Brothers.
Sure, so they're teaming up with a movie company to
Yeah.
probably have their catalog of movies and TV shows, then also produce other big stuff. But the big news was that they have announced 3 DC-based shows that are going to premiere on the channel. One is Green Lantern, which is awesome. Scary, because to do Green Lantern, you need a big budget because it's 90% CGI because he needs to fly through the air all the time and produce these constructs out of his ring to fight evildoers, and he is in space a lot, so that's a little bit daunting because if you saw the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, it was terrible and it looked
I didn't
bad.
see it. It looked terrible. I heard terrible things.
Yeah.
This is really, really, really disgusting.
Nice.
You should try it. So you can agree that it's really, really, really disgusting.
They're also producing Strange Adventures, and that's going to
it's still in my mouth.
that's going to deal with Adam Strange, which is a cool character in the DC universe that's also very space-based, which is pretty cool. And they're also going to do DC Superhero High, which is going to be, I believe, a cartoon. It might be a live-action movie show, but it's kind of like putting Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman as teenagers in a high school. So
This is a little bit of interesting news. So he was saying the last one was okay, but this was wow. So I guess the new Marvel Zombies Resurrection, Super Saiyan.
Mm-hmm.
But the author Philip got inspired by Deceased.
Oh.
And he said that he knows that because Philip came to his comic book store on the day of the release of Marvel Zombies Resurrection and said that he loved Deceased so much that he got inspired by it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
So saying,
Look at you bringing us some news.
do you run a comic book store, or were you? It's just your local comic book shop?
No, try this first.
I am the king. I do what I want. Let's continue, and then I'm going to try this amazing beer. Well, this is what I thought was actually really interesting. I talked about it with my buddy on the train on the way home today. So a study finds that 2/3 of Americans plan to subscribe to Disney Plus.
I saw something on the news today saying that a study showed that 1 in 4 Americans don't know that the Earth orbits around the sun. Which has nothing to do with that, but that's what that made me think of. That's disgusting, right? Like, that's hard to swallow. Like, I almost was like...
That's
bad. That's bad.
That's tough.
And I don't know if this is what we paid for it, but there's like a little sticker on here that says it's $11 for this one bottle. Which I'm assuming because it's 11% alcohol, but it's like, I guess, pure alcohol. Maybe you're supposed to mix this with something else.
I don't know. That's...
Other alcohol. Water.
But when I thought about it after a little while, first I was like, whoa, 2/3 of Americans are going to sign up for Disney Plus. But then, when you think about it, it's only $6.99.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, no one has cable anymore. You buy all those streaming services. You get Hulu and Netflix.
And if Netflix is already like $14.99 and for just the regular service, and this is half the cost of that.
But they're going to crush everyone.
And they have the whole Disney catalog. You're talking about all the Marvel movies, all the Pixar movies, they can put all the cartoons, they can put anything. And Disney owns everything, so they can put so much content on there. They're just gonna take over the streaming service and crush everyone. We're getting it for free for a year through Verizon. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are getting it free for a year through a bunch of different things, and then you're just gonna get sucked in paying it anyways because you forget that you signed up and it's like that automatic renewal. You're just gonna start paying for it.
He said his friend is the manager of a comic store near his area.
Very cool, Super Saiyan.
Josh is also saying he likes the idea of making superheroes vulnerable and killing them outside of the universe.
Oh no, that was a huge, enjoyable part of the book was that it was no holds barred. There was no one was safe.
No one was safe. No. Everyone. You're like, there's no way that person's gonna die. Bam. And it was really cool. I think the coolest part about Deceased is seeing people who had superhero powers that you've known to use their superhero powers for good, but then seeing how even used for bad, how it like amplifies the destruction they can cause versus the amount of good they could do by like a million.
Yeah, like when the
You're
Flash got turned.
Yeah, it's like you can you can be really, really good, but you can be 5,000 times bad. Or it's like when you decide to be bad, like it was crazy.
There was a book that I read. It's a series. I only read the first book. I gotta remember what it is, but it's based in a universe where zombies exist, but there's superheroes, but the zombies are slowly taking over because they're killing superheroes and they get turned, and then they have a super zombie, and it was really, really interesting. And it was because it was very suspenseful because like this one superhero was just like this lady in like this giant mech, and she's fighting, and then they were like climbing on top of her and like her machine, and like they were ripping it apart, and then you were like, no, don't die, and she's like, I'm not leaving my robot, because she was like attached to it or whatever, and then the superhero came in and saved her. Oh, it was so good.
It reminds me kind of like Game of Thrones when the White Knight. Is that his name? The White King?
Cold Hands?
No, not the White Knight. What's his name? The Ice King.
Uh-huh.
What is his name? They call him something. I forget. But he kills one of
Helpless Chat.
Yes. He kills one of Daenerys' dragons with his
yeah.
spear, and then the dragon becomes like a zombie dragon. A walker, a night walker.
The Night King?
The Night King. I think that's what it is.
So, yeah, The Deceased is just an amazing, amazing book. So, this next bit of news, I immediately perked up because it's going to be great. It's for Disney Plus, but my amazing girlfriend Stephanie loves Rick and Morty.
It's so funny, guys. Rick and Morty, the next season starts in like
So, what
2
is
days.
Pickle Rick?
Pickle Rick! He's Pickle Rick!
But what is Pickle Rick?
So there's an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick doesn't want to go to counseling with his daughter. So he turns himself into a pickle and then pretends that he can't turn himself back. So he's like, oh, I can't do this. And she's like, yes, you can. And she looks and she sees like he's got this whole thing rigged for this needle to drop like at a certain time. So it hits him and he turns back into a normal person and he gets out of going to therapy. But she sees it and she takes the antidote and leaves with it. So then he's stuck as a pickle and then like accidentally rolls down and he falls into the sewer and he has to like survive as a pickle, and he like crawls over and like eats this cockroach and like uses his tongue to take over its brain, and he's like moving it around. It's really funny.
So, one of the shows that's coming out on Disney Plus that I'm most excited about is She-Hulk. She's just a great character, and she's been written really well over the last couple of years. But what made me think of this is that Jessica Gao, the lead writer on Rick and Morty, who wrote the Pickle Rick episode, who she won an Emmy for that episode.
It's so good. I know it sounds like I'm telling you a terrible episode. It's such a good episode. He like slowly like works his way up the food chain. Eventually he becomes like part rat and he's like a pickle rat.
But I thought Stephanie would also be excited that she obviously is a great writer, and she's writing this new Marvel
That is pretty cool.
Marvel TV show. And She-Hulk. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
I hope so.
No, it's going to be.
Alright, good.
Alright, so we have...
Dave says his name is the Lich King. I don't feel like that's right.
No, the Lich King is World of Warcraft.
Are you being a dick, Dave?
No, well, the Lich King raises zombies.
Okay.
He can raise dead people and make them into his minions.
So he does the exact same thing as Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones stole it.
Yes. But then
I bet you, what's his name?
I'm sure there's something else. Even
George R. Martin is probably a World of Warcraft player.
Probably.
He looks like he would be a World of Warcraft player.
I'm a World of
I know,
Warcraft
that's what I'm saying. Can we dump these terrible beers so we can get some good ones in our system, maybe?
Alright. Well, let me finish this one.
Well, you actually found an article about it.
Of course I did.
You're so good. That one is so gross. Guys, never buy this beer.
I'll show him again.
J.W. Lee's Harvest was one of the grossest things that's ever existed. It was so terrible. One sip, that was all I could handle. I couldn't even drink. I mean, I'm sure I could drink it if I had to, but I wouldn't want to.
Alright, so we're leaving... Which one we're leaving to last?
The Boddingtons, because that's for Shecky if he comes on.
Whoa.
Josh says he can still beat you at chugging.
No, you can. You've never been able to beat me. What the fuck are you talking about? Alright, so next up we are drinking Samuel Smith. It's an old...
That's actually the only one out of all these I've heard of.
I never heard of this one. This is Old Brewery Tadcaster.
Tadcaster? I don't know what that means.
Pure brewed organic lager beer. Lager beer.
That's from what?
I don't know.
Crap, what's that show we just watched with the horseman who has sex with the rich girl next door?
Oh,
Don't they say something like that?
maybe.
Not lager beer, but there's some person's name.
Carnival?
Yes.
Carnival Row?
Carnival Row, that's it.
That show was really good.
That's how you get my descriptions. I'm like the horseman who had sex with the rich girl. That's this.
It wasn't an amazing show, but Steph and I enjoyed it a lot. I think we enjoyed 6 out of the 8 episodes, and any show that...
I thought it was a really good show.
Yeah.
I would watch it again. I'm going to watch the next season.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You didn't cheers me. You know, this drink is no longer good luck.
We actually started the day off really well. I went for a walk, took Frank for a walk. Frank is our dog. And I found a $20 bill. It literally blew in front of me as I was walking the dog. It's like, $20.
I would have followed the wind and been like, where else is money coming from? Is it a giant stack of money that's blowing $20 away?
Please, I wish. So the next bit of news, Tom King. If you guys don't know who Tom King is, you should learn who Tom King is.
I even know who Tom King is.
Tom King is an amazing writer. He actually used to be in the CIA or FBI. He was an agent, and he came out and started writing comic books. He writes my favorite multiple of my favorite comic books, and he put out a Instagram post today.
That I found, guys, it's the only news I contributed to this list.
Let me hit F3 so you guys can see. This is the Instagram post. Ignore the head on the bottom. But researching for a thing, it says, and it has a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A lot. 10.
Like a bunch of Watchmen.
23.
23. Definitely not 23. But a lot of Watchmen comic books. So he is teasing that he's either maybe going to be writing a Watchmen TV show or a Watchmen movie or something Watchmen-esque. This article thinks it's going to be a Watchmen comic book.
And I was reading through all the Instagram comments, and everyone was saying the same thing. They wanted him to start writing for Watchmen.
Which I can see. I can see that being interesting.
And what else would he be researching for? Does he do movies and stuff like that? He just writes?
Yeah, no, he took a break right now. He was writing Batman, and then he came off that to do Bat and Cat, which is going to be a Batman and Catwoman. But now he's taking a complete break to help write the New Gods. I think it's called New Gods. Movie for DC. He's writing it with another writer, and then he's also writing 2 other TV pilots for TV shows.
Well, but they can't be announcing that he's doing a Watchmen-related movie or TV show because they're currently making a Watchmen TV show.
But if it's doing so well, they could be doing another one or another season.
Yes, maybe. But why would he be... I don't know. The way he's announcing it makes me think he's writing...
Oh, I agree. I most likely it will be a comic book. He also posted the other day that he already misses writing comics. Like he was reading
I'm gonna see this.
On Wednesday. Bless you. He's reading other books that are coming out and seeing, fans and stuff post about what they're loving on Instagram and whatnot. And he's like, I already miss writing comics, and I must say, I already miss you.
We miss you. Also, this one is definitely better. Samuel Smith, pure brewed organic lager beer. It's organic. Look at that.
It is.
It is definitely better than the vile, disgusting beer that was before that.
I think I actually like the stout more than this.
Really?
Yeah, that was like the best stout I've ever had, I think.
Wow! That is quite a compliment for Mackeson.
Again, none of these beers I would drink multiple of.
No. This is why we do this show. We can have one. We can try everything. It's a good excuse to try things we've never had.
It is. Yeah, but this one's fine. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a big lager guy.
Lager.
So, do you guys know who Todd McFarlane is? Do you know who Todd McFarlane is?
No, it makes me think of Seth MacFarlane. That's who I thought when I first read that. I'm like, Seth MacFarlane, and I was like, that's not the same person.
Oh. Do you know the character Spawn?
Yes, maybe. He kind of looks like Spider-Man. Right?
I like this kid boy. is this guy.
It's so much better than our last keyboard.
Yes, it's only $20 more. So he had an HBO show. He's had a comic for a long time. The 300 issue just came out a little while ago. And so something's pretty cool. I guess he hasn't done any signings in comic books for 2 years, I guess, which is weird because he goes to comic book conventions and whatnot. But if you own a Spawn or Todd McFarlane book of any kind, so if you did artwork for a book or he wrote a different book, because he's drawn for Spider-Man and a bunch of Marvel books, you can actually send it to CGC, which is Certified Guaranteed Company, which is a company that you can send your comic books to, and they grade them, and then put them in a plastic slab and permanently seal it so you can't look at your comic book again, but it's permanently seals it at that rating.
Oh, you know what? I actually saw one of the people that we follow on Instagram posted this. And I was like, what is this? I thought they were just like talking about a comic book collection they had. And I was like, I don't get it.
So this will permanently seal its value, basically. It will never really degrade in value unless you left it out in the sun and then it gets sun.
So it's the value of the comic... What's the word I'm looking for? Like how well taken care of the comic is? And it has nothing to do with how valuable the comic is.
Exactly. Okay. But most of the time when people do CGC, it's to a very valuable comic book.
Okay.
But I'm sure there are 1.0 ratings for a book that is pretty beat up, but it's a very...
Worth a lot of money
book. But you can send it into CGC for $89. Todd McFarlane will sign it, and...
That's pretty cool.
They'll put it in the slab, which normally getting your book graded and put in the slab is more than $89. So you're getting it signed by one of your favorite artists or writers, because Todd McFarlane is an amazing writer and artist, and you get it CGC'd, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend $89 to have that done. I do have 132 or 35 Spawn books downstairs and multiple number ones. So I could do that, but $89 is not worth it to me right now.
All right.
But I thought that was pretty cool. And our actual last news item, unless you guys find more than this, there wasn't a lot of really cool comic book news that I felt like bringing to you guys that I felt was interesting. But if you guys have been following the channel at all over the last month and a half, I would say, I've been reading all the new X-Men things. That's House of X, Power of X. She's read most of House of X and Power of X.
I didn't read the last one because
she got kind of bored of it. I can kind of understand that statement. And most of the X-Men books spawning out of that have been garbage. But one of the good books was the main X-Men book. And it's supposed to be a bi-weekly book, so it'll come out every 2 weeks. And they've already delayed issues 4 through 6, which... Who knows? This could be because the artist got sick and he couldn't draw for whatever reasons. Maybe someone died in one of their families. So I don't
want to be a jerk about it.
And I honestly don't care. There's another book I read, Shazam. I just read. That's another thing I could have put in this. It's delayed 17 weeks. Why is it delayed 17 weeks?
That's a long time to be delayed.
It's a long time to be delayed. So again, that makes me think someone's sick, or who knows, maybe the guy had too many commitments before he...
Wouldn't they just find someone else to...
They do sometimes, but sometimes they're contracted to do the book, and if DC is not worried about it, because I'm sure it's not selling very good, because it's not a great book, in my opinion. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that X-Men 4 through 6 are already pushed back to, I think it's 2 weeks? Yes, 2 weeks. So... gotta wait a little bit longer.
Josh says there's going to be another Daredevil season coming on Netflix. I tried to watch Daredevil on Netflix, and it was painful.
All Marvel things are canceled on Netflix because now everything will be going through Disney Plus.
Maybe they'll make a new Daredevil that's better on Disney Plus.
Seasons 1 was good, 2 was pretty bad, 3 was okay.
We don't know. When is The Boys season 2 coming out? Have they announced that yet?
They're filming.
I don't know if they've announced that. That was a good show, though.
Can you guys beat me to the news?
Probably. Bruce doesn't have his glasses on.
I can see this. It's close. Cut it, wrap it, print it. Yeah, they're already finished filming. So, she's in it. She's cool. Oh, I love him. Second year, mid 20.
You should at least do the thing where people can see what you're doing.
Mid 2020. So, summer, which is pretty much what it came out last year or this year. So that's actually only a year wait. That's not bad at all.
Which is what a normal TV show is, but
yeah. But I mean, the graphics in that were such a great show. So this is the posting by Carl Urban, who I love. Carl Urban. I think he does good stuff. If you've never seen, oh man, what is that movie he did? He played that cop, Judge Dredd. Watch Judge Dredd with Carl Urban. That was a fucking awesome, badass movie. Oh my gosh.
It was a movie?
It was a movie. And it was like, Sylvester Stallone did a movie and it was pretty bad. He did this movie. It was...
Wait, Sylvester Stallone did the same movie you're saying?
Yes, but it was like years ago. That was like 1990. This was like 2015 or so.
Remember that movie Sylvester Stallone did where he goes in the future?
Demolition Man.
Yes.
Such a good fucking movie.
And every restaurant's named Taco Bell?
Yes. Oh, the movie's so good. Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone,
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
How do you wipe with 3 clamshells? They never explained it. I wish someone would, because how do you wipe your butt with 3 clamshells? That's the best scene when he walks over to the thing that gives you tickets for swearing. He's like, shit, balls, fuck. But in case he's in all the paper, he's like, I'll be back. Such a good movie. That movie, hands down, is like one of the best movies to come out of the 90s. Yeah, so that's all the news that we gathered for the week. If you guys have any other cool news items that is comic book related, hit us up in chat, and we'll talk about whatever you guys put in.
We still have our comics to talk about.
Yep, we'll talk about the comics now. Let's talk about Heist, because I honestly didn't finish reading Heist. My 4-year-old started crying, and I ran upstairs to take care of him. I got a little over halfway through it. This is Heist, and it's by Vault Comics. I picked it up for Stephanie and I to read because it's by Vault. It's an indie book. Stephanie's trying to focus mainly on indie books.
So they're better.
And Vault is a company that's put out great stuff over the last, since I've been picking up indies, which isn't very long. From what I read, it's okay.
What part did you get up to?
Up to the part where he was getting the stunt or shunt or whatever put in his head so the government couldn't read his thoughts.
Alright.
And so they were talking about... Brain splint. And about how he caused the fall of this planet called Heist. Because they were selling out to basically Big Brother. Big government, or big... What are they calling it?
So... This book is actually really cool if you get to the end of it. Basically, it's like the world, like the universe is inhabited. All the planets are inhabited. So it's not just like Earth. Every planet has people on it.
Yep.
It's a big, huge universe. And there's this big corporation that takes over. And they start slowly going through each universe, through each planet, and taking over and basically making people into slaves. Like you have to, like a dictatorship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Heist planet is the last planet to survive. It's where all the bad... criminals and bad people get sent to.
All the bad mamma jammas.
They're able to thwart off this higher power for 300 years. No one can take over this planet.
300 years.
Until this one guy sells them out. And that's what this book is all about, just building up that backstory. They let you know about it, how it happens, how the planet falls, and how he's involved, and now he's trying to get together a team so he can steal the planet back. I actually really enjoyed this book. I thought it was pretty cool. The artwork's a little strange for me. I don't like
it was a little
that type of artwork as much. It's kind of very let me find a good page to show you, but like
I call this style of artwork sketchy.
Yeah, it's like very like almost like first draft. Like when you have to write a paper for school and you do the first draft and then you're supposed to look at it and fix it and then make a second draft and make it nicer and that's the one you hand in. This is like the first draft.
It just feels very loose to me and not very, I don't know. the lines aren't tight. It's not, everything's loosely shaped, kind of just sketched out, so you get the idea, and then it's colored and inked. So I don't know. From what I'll finish it after the show tonight, or maybe tomorrow. Are we gonna pick up issue 2?
I would like to read issue 2. I'm interested to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we have one other book to talk about.
Which Bruce found out he already knows all about this book.
So I saw this on the shelves at Magicians. Like I said earlier tonight, I love magic. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I saw this, and I started reading this book, and it's not about the TV show, but if you read the TV show, which is also based on a book, but it's a show on Sci-Fi called Magicians. It's a little bit cheesy, I'm not going to lie, but it also has some really great elements, but it's like, the girls are all gorgeous, and, when every single female character on the show is gorgeous, that just, they're selling sex, basically, and half the guys are, super sexy, and it's just kind of like, okay. Plus, the scenarios and magic, some of that stuff is actually really, really cool. There's bloody and gory, and we deal with some pretty hard, hard choices, and just hard things.
Hard things!
Hard life, man. Everyone lives a hard life.
Rocks.
Cement. It's a great show, but then I started reading, I'm like, oh, this is in that same exact world, because there's this school of magic called Breakbills, and that was about Breakbills, and head witches are witches that train themselves, and it was just like, wow, this is exactly that. So it was cool though. I don't know if I'll pick up the next issue. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if you didn't pick up the next issue.
Yeah, it is by Boom Studios, and Boom Studios has been putting out some great books. So
it's just kind of generic story. It's like Harry Potter's already been done. It's kind of in the realm of that, like Muggles and purebloods and
Muggles. I love Muggles. I'm a Muggle. I don't want to be.
So I don't know. It wasn't a very what's gonna happen? It just seemed kind of teen angsty, and I don't know.
It is. I mean, that whole show is it's college basically. These kids get taken out.
But they don't even seem like college. It seems like high school or late middle school,
and
where they're acting.
Well, yeah, this seems like high school, or kind of early college. They sound like 18-year-olds. It's probably not gonna pick up another one. It was
pick up for the heist though. That was good.
But sometimes you got to pick up books. You don't know if it's gonna be good or not.
There's only been one book that we've picked up that I've read that I was like, this is the most garbage I've read in a long time. That was that one about the kids on the island.
Oh, I don't remember the name of that book. That was really bad.
Yeah. I can't remember the name. It's gonna drive me crazy. I feel like it had the something.
The something.
The something. It was the bad book that we read.
We love Stephanie. Why do you say we love Stephanie?
Because who doesn't love Stephanie, right, Josh? Who doesn't love Stephanie?
I mean, I love Stephanie. I'm dating her, and I think it's amazing. But I think that's all we had planned for tonight.
I know. I really wanted Shecky to be on. The one night Shecky didn't come on.
Well, we were off last week, Shecky, so it's all right.
And we bought all these British beers in memory of you, Shecky. Oh, Shecky. We wrote a song.
Oh, Shecky.
Oh, Shecky, you're so fun. You're so funny. You blow my mind. Oh, Shecky. Like that.
I will say that last week the video that I put up last week on the comic book reviews, that before I left for BlizzCon, got 200 and some odd
15 views,
which is absolutely insane. To everyone out there who watched that video, thank you so much. I don't know why I get so many hits and so many views, but
because he put it out on time.
I put all my videos out on time. I read on Wednesday and I put the video out on Thursday.
What did you say to me when you posted your video?
What?
Did you beat everyone out there?
No, Gemman Collectibles is a big channel. They have I saw today, I watched one of their videos today, 39,000 subscribers. It's a ton of subscribers, yes. It's not a million, whatever. We're talking comic books. It's a niche little community, and he gets his books early. And because he has connections, I get it. Good for you, my friend. And so he's normally at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., his video goes out reviewing his books. He didn't put his out until Thursday morning. So I beat Gem Mint, and I was pretty happy.
And then that was the most views he got. So people demanded comic book reviews, and you were there to give some. We have to drink that one. That's the one we have to drink. Boddington's is the one we're drinking next.
No, we're gonna drink this, and then we'll drink Boddington's.
We're not going to be on that long. It's
not?
already 11:20. We've been on for 70 minutes.
Alright.
At the rate we're drinking these beers, we're going to be drinking this next beer for another 20 minutes, and then we're going to get to the other one.
All right, dear. All right, queen.
That's
All
right.
queen.
I am the queen. I need like a scepter. Is that what they're called?
Oh. I think there was a nitrous canister in this,
Nitrous.
which I wish I'd known.
I don't know what that means.
It makes it extra foamy.
That is a lot of foam.
It's normally what goes inside Guinness cans.
Thank you, Josh, for acknowledging my current claim to the throne.
Josh, man, we gotta get you back on the channel.
I know, I had so much fun when Josh and Heather were here.
Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, we can talk about this on the channel. What do you think about a show? You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the nitrous thing.
I want to see what's in there.
What do you think about doing a show Thanksgiving night with my sister and Dave? It's gonna be a lot.
I like the idea. I'm trying to think how we're gonna pull it off.
We're hosting Thanksgiving at our house, and if you're not from the States, Thanksgiving is a big holiday in the United States. And we don't have visitors that often, and so when we do, and since we have this YouTube channel together, we try to make the most of it.
If you come to our house, you're coming on our YouTube channel.
And we normally stream on Friday nights, but if we have guests in the house, why not have them on the channel? Yes, it's going to be a long day because we're hosting and we're going to be cooking, and it's going to be crazy, and who knows who's going to come on Thanksgiving night.
Oh my god, I went to Party City to get these king and queen costumes, and they had so many Thanksgiving costumes and things for Thanksgiving. It was weird. They had Thanksgiving earrings, like little cooked turkeys that you could hang from your ears. It was so strange, but they had like a turkey costume. I'm just saying, we want to do a Thanksgiving themed. Maybe they have mashed potato flavored beer.
Oh.
We'll just put mashed potatoes in beer. One of those two.
Well, that is weird.
That is weird. Oh god.
That is weird.
That's a strange taste. It almost tastes like apple juice still,
Think so?
beer, like really sour, like has gone bad apple juice.
That's weird.
It's a very strange taste. That's vodka. That's what Josh says.
It's vodka.
Smooth and creamy. I would not say that about this beer.
Oh, I would say it's smooth.
Smooth and creamy.
Sure.
There's lots of cream. It's got, like Bruce said, this nitrous thing in here. Carefully open the can.
I did, and then it started to spew at me, and then I had to hurriedly or speedily pour it into the glass.
For best results, you're supposed to serve cool, but not ice cold. 41 degrees. We had to stick a little. We did that wrong. We didn't take its temperature before we drank it.
We did not.
It's rectal thermometer. You have to check it.
Dave, are you still watching, or are you tune off?
Dave's still here. Dave can never leave us.
Well, he's probably just playing video games and has this in the background anyways.
Pay attention to me, Dave!
If you guys have any questions, hit us.
I'm here!
Hit us down in the comments or in the chat. That's the word I was on looking for. Hit us in the chat. We're here probably for the next 15-20 minutes.
Not that long, guys.
I guess she doesn't want to be around. I'm trying to give Shecky a little more time.
I want to go to the gym in the morning, and it's 11:25 already.
You'll be in bed by midnight.
Shecky, where are you?
Josh, did you pick up any books this week?
What about you, Dave? Why don't you read comics?
And I sent him stuff in the past and he never read anything.
Get it together, Dave. I'm disappointed. Even I'm reading comics now.
We'll have to bring the webcam up to my sister's when we're up there.
For those 4 days?
Yep.
We can't go for 4 days. I was thinking about that. What are we going to do with the cats?
Open the door.
You guys are outside cats now!
I don't know.
Daredevil 13, he said.
Oh, that was an amazing book. Highlight of the week. I think that was my pick of the week.
Pick of the week!
That's what everyone on other channels do. They do pick of the week. That would be my pick of the week for this week. That book was sick. It was such a good book. It was awesome.
I don't read that. I guess that's why you like the Daredevil show. You're really into Daredevil.
I'm not...
Not you. Josh.
Oh.
Josh was saying before in the chat that he disagrees with us about the Daredevil season 1 and 2, that he thought it was filled with action and so good. He was like, it was so much blind action. He was like, hey.
No, that season 1 was really good. Season 2 was okay. I didn't love the story. Season 3 was better.
Something Killing the Children is monthly, right?
Monthly. So
it just came out.
So sometime this month, because came out in October, so probably in a week or two.
I feel like it was 2 weeks ago that it came out. Because it was not this last Wednesday, it was Wednesday before that. Because it was like a Wednesday that I was excited for, and we had talked about.
Wait, is that the book? Heather read that.
Heather read both of them.
Right, so it was like
It was when, yes,
3
it was
weeks.
longer than that.
So it's probably coming out really, really soon.
Yeah.
Because it's usually monthly, so it's like every 4 weeks, so maybe next week.
Look at me knowing things like that it's monthly. Why do they put comic books out monthly? That's dumb.
Why?
I want more!
It's a lot of work. Something.
People are doing it. People are putting it out weekly, bi-weekly. They can do it.
Yeah,
Hire more writers.
No, it's not the writers. It's usually they'll have to change artists, and that's November 20th, so the end of the month, towards the end of the month.
I don't know why they add elements in the story that don't need to be there, like making that kid be in love with the guy who got killed.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they try too hard with stories like that. They're trying to make it...
Well, that sometimes they're trying to make it inclusive.
Yes. Not that it's so much inclusive. I feel like that if that was the situation, then I would be alright with it. I feel like they're doing it for... like, fake. They're fake. They're doing it for fake reasons.
No, I think they're just trying to make sure that each part of the audience that could be reading this book is included. That's my total take on that book. Or that reason why they did that.
I don't know how to describe this beer. Sour. It's like... but not sour like a sour beer. Like, it tastes like beer that's gone bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of like as good as the Samuel Smith.
Really? I like Samuel Smith way better than that.
Well, this has a different carbonation.
It is definitely, I guess, where they say smooth. It doesn't taste very bubbly. It does go smoother.
It's like a Guinness in that way.
Josh, if you really do that, then you can do it. We'll call it Beers by Josh, and I'll dress up like you for next week.
Shave your head?
I'm going to shave my head. I'm going to watch the last live stream, find out what you wore, and wear that exact same outfit.
All right, babe. So at the end of our shows, we usually rate.
He wrote, pick your bears for you next weekend. Pick our bears for us. I like that too.
We rate our beers. So what would you rate the beers that we picked up? So we have...
we didn't try one of them.
Samuel Smith.
Every year. Locks for Love. I heard Locks for Love is like a really crappy organization that like charges women for their like kids and women that need that hair after they have cancer treatments, that they charge them and they're like,
Strongbow.
you shouldn't send your hair to them. That's what I've heard.
And
Pantene Pro V does the same thing, and supposedly that's a better organization.
Oh, and
that crappier.
we're just gonna not even. I guess we'll put that in.
Well, it's in there, but reluctantly.
Oh. The microphone's in the way of some of them. It's on a delay.
I can't tell where it is because I can't see. But anyway,
Rate them from worst to best.
the worst is definitely this crapshoot of a beer. I wouldn't even call it a beer.
J.W.
Lee's Harvest was undrinkable. It shouldn't be allowed to exist. There is dust on the bottle from the place where I got it from, which makes sense. And, I mean, it is 11.5% alcohol. I was kind of hoping I'd like it. And then I'd be like, oh, all we need is one beer. And then I'm done for the whole night. No. It's not gonna happen. I'm not drinking that beer.
So that's number 5. I would agree. That was the worst beer of the night.
My second least favorite is probably this one.
Aw, Shecky.
I'm sorry, Shecky, who isn't here to enjoy the fact that I don't really like this one. It's got a very strange taste to it. It just tastes like something's wrong. Like if you were to drink it and you didn't know what it was, you're like, oh, this is turned. This is sour. This is not good anymore. The expiration date has passed. Throw it in the garbage.
All right.
Then this one is my next least favorite. Guys, surprisingly enough, I think the Strongbow was my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah. This one was really good. But this one I drank like no problem. I was like, I could drink another of these.
Well, you do like your iced teas,
I do.
which are...
But I usually don't like the hard ciders. The iced tea one from last week, guys. So good. I had a whole 12-pack, but that is gone now. That is gone now.
No shocker there. So yeah, we'll wrap it up for tonight. I don't think Shaggy's gonna end up coming by. It's already 11:20 or 11:31. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Josh, thanks for sticking around for the whole episode. Dave, thanks for sticking around for the whole episode, the whole live stream.
And Josh did say that we can make a new comic called "Something's Wrong with the Beer" instead of "Something's Killing the Children."
Oh my god, that'd be a great title for an episode.
And just me making this face like. That's the whole comic book.
Yeah.
Different frames of me dumping it in the sink.
Oh, Josh and Dave, since you guys are still here, did the episode actually come up as episode 5? The name of it? It did.
It's right there. You can see it too.
Great.
Dave called us ladies.
I will say, this cape is hot as F.
Really? I feel like for the first time I'm not hot. Usually we do these live streams and I'm sweating and I'm like, we have the windows open and like you can hear the train coming by because we're so warm.
No, my neck is on fire right now.
Well, you have this. I don't feel like this is touching me. I have this shirt on underneath that kind of has a collar that's protecting me from this faux fur.
That's going to be it for tonight, guys. Those are our beers. We didn't really like most of them.
We never do, though. Do we ever, like... I don't think we've ever drank a beer on our show where we're like, oh my god, let's buy this next week. We're always like, yeah.
No, well, that's the name of the name of the game. I think we're gonna be trying stuff. They did just open up a brewery in our town, or not our town, the town that's like across the bridge, which is pretty cool. I don't think they're selling anything yet, but it's gonna be soon, so we'll have that shortly. But
yeah, next week we have to come up with a new theme, guys.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas, let us know down in the comments below because most of you guys will, I'm sure, be watching this on replay. If not, we'll pick up something and maybe we'll dress up again. Do you guys like when we dress up? I don't know. It was kind of fun. We just like to wear a crown all night.
Yeah, I'm surprised your crown stayed on all night. I attribute it to the fact that you have no hair. My hair made it like slippery and it just kept sliding off my head.
I have no hair, people. Well, I got a little bit, but not much.
Enough. It's, if anything, it's adding more traction. It's keeping the crown on better.
Keeping the crown on, baby. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know what to do. If you guys liked tonight's live stream, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you
subscribe.
And hit that
subscribe button. Notification button.
The bell icon. So that way when we do go live, you guys will be notified. And also when we post new videos, you guys will be notified. And yeah, tell your friends. Tell everyone.
Tell a friend.
This is a great time. And it's going to get better and better as Stephanie and I get more...
Drunker.
drunker and drunker.
We love you too, Josh!
And a lot more used to doing these things. And there'll be crazier costumes, bigger fun. Once we hit certain subscriber numbers, we're going to start doing...
Guys, I've got a great shaped head when I shave my head for Josh Week.
We're going to start doing giveaways once we get to hit a certain number of subscribers. Enough people coming by. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited.
We're fun. We're a fun group.
We are a fun group.
We are. People love us.
Tasha and Dave, morning, get ready. Thanksgiving night, baby. We're coming at you. Alright, guys. My turn off button's back here, so I'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace. Where's my mouse?